A little bit. Been sort of keeping busy on the server itself. Head back over here just to give you a better idea of what's up. Okay, now I'll handle this in the background, but suffice to say, there's been a couple of changes on the server proper. I'll give an idea of what they are, but I got to get myself on the server into a safe spot. So give me a moment here. Right. One thing that I've done sort of in the off time is do a little bit of exploring. Safe and give you an idea. Right. As it stands, one thing I discovered not too long ago is apparently this after I built the tree farm, the server switched over from using just vanilla Minecraft over to the paper server, which I mean is cool. I'm actually a big fan of paper. I like the idea behind it and what they're doing, even sort of changing some of the mods that are there, some of the gameplay itself that's there. Of course, it considers TNT duping to be a bug, and thus TNT duping is disabled, which is a problem because we a number of the farms I've got set up involve TNT duping. Fortunately, in between that, I went off and actually tried to find some corals which I could use for TNT duping. Now, a lot of what you see sort of on the main island itself is all temperate or cold ocean. But I spotted this area up here. You recall this quite nicely from the ancient city. But if I zoom out a little bit and go up over here, there's actually a decent amount of coral stuck underneath the ocean itself. You can see especially right around through here. So my plan actually was to plunk down a portal, as you can see right there, and set that up as a spot where we can actually go along and get basically all the coral and sand that we need. Because I mean, what's the other thing you need? A fair bit of sand for TNT. Now you can't really use TNT dupers all that effectively for ancient debris mining. Although I mean, you could always build a tunnel bore, go from there, blah 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 blah. That is kind of annoying. Given now that TNT duping is disabled on the server, it kind of, we've kind of got a greater importance in actually grabbing sand for TNT. It means sort of changing a lot of different designs and all that, but, well, I mean, such as it is. And so, question now becomes, okay, if we're going to be disabling TNT duping, we need a heck of a lot of TNT because all the stuff that we sort of had from before, we've now got actually like great TNT. So it's not enough to have a sand farm, although this obviously is going to be super helpful given just how much there is right in there in this area. But it suggests though that we're also going to need gunpowder. Now there's two ways to go about getting gunpowder. One way is to build yourself a gas farm up on the roof. And actually, we've got a. Actually, now that I think of it, that might actually be a really good plan for that. You need a number of magma blocks. Although usually wither roses help a lot better when it comes to actually killing off the ghast themselves. So, yeah, that's okay. That's a little bit of ways away, but we'll get to that maybe eventually. In the meantime, though, what's the next best spot? Well, a creeper farm. And I don't know if you remember Sitosis back when it was on 117, I think. I actually built a giant creeper, wool, all that farm. So, what better way to sort of build the thing than to actually put it right next to the sand where you need it? Then you can sort of congeal it and go. In fact, I'm thinking going a little bit of extra and putting it such that, the moment you pop out of the portal, you can actually just turn around, grab a chest, and go from there. Although that means then that we need to set up the thing high away enough. Either, I put it right above here and elevate it so much such that this despawning sphere is way 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 above. But this gets a little bit awkward with the water streams and all that. Another approach actually would be to sort of put it above this tower right here, since this is already nice and high. And if I was to build straight up from here, it's going to be very easy to isolate this for despawning. Very tempting. The third way, though, would be actually to go along through here and put along. And since it's relatively close to where the main portal is, and I'm probably going to be using water streams anyway to actually sort, organize the item sorter. And it's very easy to actually sort of build it right here, put the AFK spot way, way, way up here, and then the water streams pull it along, and put it into a series of chests right here, which players can then sort of grab. So I think that's my main task that I'm going to be focused on well, not necessarily right now, but that's my main plan for the short term. In the meantime, though, you may notice that the ancient city is still back on the menu. And yeah, I haven't done much on that related to it. I have actually done like a little bit of work. I had a bunch of redstone, which I wanted to sort of save aside for other farms. I wanted to get that out of there. I unfortunately had a heck of a time getting out of the ancient city. Almost got myself into a death loop, where I was sort of dying and all that. I kind of realized what was happening though, and puzzled my way out of it. That does mean though there are some changes, so might as well head over there since it is first on my list. Oh yes, I should probably put this. Well, actually, I'll take this with me. Although, I thought I am gonna have to come back here for some things, so you can just set up there for now. Puzzle some people on the server, I guess, if they came through. So currently I'm the only one on. So yes, it's the slime and ice farm sitting way over here. I think, yeah, that's been showed off already. Obviously, the end portal back over here. But if you see, there's actually another set right over here which doesn't have a name yet. And that doesn't have a name because the Ancient City portal is not done. Well, this is where the Ancient City goes. I don't think don't think I've shown this on stream. Haven't. Oops. But yeah, sort of basics of it. Right, so if I punch F3, this section is Soul Sand Valley. This is a perfect spot for a ghast farm, so... unfortunately, no one has yet located a Crimson Wood, but this at least would be a good spot for a ghast farm. Or, I mean, alternatively, maybe a Skelly farm. Although you can see it also doesn't last very far, but presumably we can actually do a little bit of experimenting around here, see where the main part of the biome itself is, and expand that out. Rotate. Unfortunately, the ancient city is some ways away, so... Long. But this is the main ancient city proper. And since we are going to be building ice highways all along here, my plan was, okay, well, we'll come along and this will be the main, ancient city thing. But we'll have a branch off to the side. And then, if you look very carefully around here, you can see there's another torch over there. That way leads off to, the sort of desert that I was pointing out before. In fact, you can see right here, we're currently in a warped forest. Very handy for potential, the only things that can actually spawn in here are Endermen, so we could maybe set up some sort of Enderman farm, although generally speaking, the end is far more efficient for that. Alright. Get in here. Oh. Eat. Probably put some sort of proofing right here, but honestly, this area I think is so well protected, it's not a huge deal for me. Of course. Went too far. Now, this is sort of my spoils that I kind of had to, fill up on here just because there's so much. I had to set aside a variety of things just so... got an iron sword in there. Just to follow some things away. Obviously, I've loaded a fair bit in here. And this is the redstone that I nearly died over right over in there. Okay, I've got the help that I need sitting down below. I've got the soul sound that I need sitting down below. Don't need terracotta. I think the mine that I need is sitting down below. I don't have a spare bucket just in case. I do need one water bucket, which should be sufficient. I think that's enough. I mean, if it's not enough, there is actually another water source. In fact, tell you what. Let's guarantee things. I, in my infinite wisdom, set up an infinite water source right here. So now, we got backups. Alright. Probably switch over my shaders too. Astrolux is so much better for working underground. Right. And Geronimo. Do this. This is the problem. I keep wanting to try and find a way to fix it back up. No. Alright. Some in here too. Okay, well I'm definitely gonna need as many deep slate bricks as I can get, as well as cobbled deep slate. Cobble, no, I'm gonna store this over here too. Trapdoor don't need. I'm gonna need wood for signs, so I'm gonna keep these around. Oh, yeah, birch is better. I'll take this down with me anyway, just that way is death. Gotta do this the old school way. Now, I gotta try and remember side to go down on. Here we go. I can sit in here, regain my breath. But I think for the way down, you descend so fast, there's really not much point. What I really have to do, actually, here is not pay attention to each little individual notch. These are most useful when coming back up. An unfortunate side effect, though, is once I actually put in the bubble column, these all have to go. I gotta fill these in, otherwise it's just gonna cause all sorts of havoc. So yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to fix on the way up. That's okay. These, again, are mostly for the ascent, and they assume that you don't have a bubble column, so... here we go. Entrance. Now leave this here. Good, although I do need to work on this. Sure about how far down I'll go. There we go. Exactly where I'm going to fall. Back. You back. Now I've got my drop chute. Be hard to actually figure out where exactly up. Although I can also break this down. 1, 2, oh, negative 3001. Bam. Now this way may not be instant death, but I mean, why? Plus also all the extra stuff that I need, like soul sand and flat, are sitting right over here. I probably should get a couple of extra torches too. Yes, here's all this kelp. This. Oh shoot, no soul sand. Did I place it already? I think I may have actually placed it already. We'll find out shortly. A little bit of gray wool for emergency purposes, perhaps? Oh yes, I'm gonna want this, because I want more torches. Or hello, here we go. Plenty. I'll be back. Coal torches, we don't need that. Alright, and let's check. See if I've got everything over here. Factor in. There. I hate using cheaty cam right here, but it seems to correct my frame rates. Anyway, yeah, this was the spot right here. This shrieker was bedialing me. It was the one that was actually causing me all this grief. There is a second one over here I've got to worry about. You can see how it's sort of set up on all sides with wool. It's not set up down below, though. And you can also see that there's a skulk sensor sitting right there. Any skulk sensor within 8 could potentially set this thing off. So I gotta find some way to sort of go in and neutralize that one. Now, I mean, I could also get rid of it like the other one. But if I want to actually set up sort of like a warden switch or something like that, one of the easiest ways to do it is just have a ton of open air out through there. And well, guess what? You can't really get more open than this open area right over here. That's my basic plan with that. That. Yeah, sir. I'd be a little bit quieter just in case. Ah, look at that. Soul sand. Great, and that was going to be my exit. Drop. This is it. Duma? Looks like a good drop to me. Hello? Pretty sure then that you were the drop. And let's double check my coordinates. 1290, 301. Yep. Alright, you. Chest. Waterlock chest. No. Waterlock chest. And now, bada bing, bada boom. We now have a little spot you can splash in. Cover. Okay, so with that, take over some of these deep bricks. I've got a crafting table with me. Good, good, good. And let's get building. Okay, now I do need... Really don't like the lack of depth straight here. Really need some way to sort of block this area in right here, so... And I don't have any signs on me, so I'm going to have to use the wood that I brought. Excellent. Waiting for a shrieker to go off, because I mean, that's my luck. But nope. It did not happen. Up here. That ends that, but I am going to need to put a block on top here. There we go. Now for the fun. Got my proper soul sand there, but... Right. Enough particularly care. You that's going off, huh? Bob you later. Almost. Good. Up two. Okay, well, I've got enough spares. Let's chew up. Make sure. Maybe a little bit. Hacker. Bunch of other stuff. All right. So this then, basically the plan is to go in here, fill in the two blobs, go down to the very bottom. At which point I start planting. Go. Up you up there. I'm going to leave this here just to sort of signify that, hey, I got to fill this in later. That. That's kind of dark. Pop a torch right there. We'll wait. We'll wait. We're fine. Okay, so this is where things get interesting because I am going to need access to my torches right here. Okay. Oh, right. And I'm going to need some sort of blocks on here as well. Got tons of cobbled deep slates, so let's use that. Yeah, I think that works. Good luck. Yeah. Dark it is. There we go. Oh, here we go. Hop on a few more. A bit tricky to fill this in and concentrate on all this stuff, so. You gotta go. Gotta go, and you gotta go. Alright. Next one. Right there. Good. Perfect. First off, go down, fill you in a little bit. Okay. Oh, right here. Whew, okay. This one, at least I don't have to fill in. This is a planned exit, essentially. So. Never did test if I could go down there. Probably ditch all my stuff first before going down. There we go. That's a lot better. The only reason that whole thing worked before is because this wasn't a full block. Now that I've actually placed the kelp there, it does count as a full block, so. Hope you don't mind if I use cheaty cam here a little bit more. But A, repairs the frame rate, and also I'm trying to figure out which direction I gotta go in next. So face west. Gotcha. This is the next way. Alright. Ah, here we go. We're getting a little light. That's so much better. Well, all the future ones are west, so don't even really need to think about that one. Huh? Already here. How convenient. Hi. I think this is the last one. Yeah, there we go. Seems to be sort of spinning a bit. Ah, no, it's just the leaves. Okay. Oh, no, there actually is. Oh, I didn't realize this. Looks like Astralex, because this is considered a warm biome, is actually adding just a little bit of heat serve sway to the thing itself. All right. So with that, let's do a little bit of protection here. I'm going to protect some of the good stuff. This is almost dead. I don't care about it. Wood, I've got tons of, so I'll leave. Water bucket's always handy. Spare water bucket, not so much. My bow, so might as well. Birch boat, as well. And let's get rid of half of my food. Well, most of my food. Something like that. Okay. Pretty good. So that way, if I am completely wrong and I die, who cares? I haven't really lost much of anything. Let's hang on, hang on. Oh yes, that. Create some wood pressure plates. Why on earth do we want this? Well, the nice thing is when I get off, it goes away. So the idea is basically step on, step down, and it'll automatically close after you. That way, oh, hang on, I should probably. That way, anybody who sort of, that way this is automatically closed. So, you know, you're not, kind of like you saw there, where it was open there, and someone could potentially sort of step into it. This automatically closes it. Now, why did I get rid of that one? Because if you get up here, there's a tendency to sort of step on this thing. You may not necessarily hit a click, which brings that down. So, no, no, no. So what we do instead is make sure that one doesn't have it. And then, you know, the rest ones are. And this is also nice, too, because we've got a crafting bench here, too. And this makes it a little bit more obvious that, yes, this is a crafting bench. All right, with that, trapdoor. No, let's leave this here. And besides, it matches that one that's sitting right over there. I don't like that look. You know, I'm kind of worried people would actually. Oh, hang on a second. Good thing I can do for that. Build me a. No, I cannot. Sticks. Yes. Now I can build me a fence. And this is the idea. Now I put fences here. Now you can actually sort of see through. But you can't accidentally go down one side and smoke on the side. Okay, no, that's not true. This is a terrible idea. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's also supposed to be a bit of a mine, kind of rustic. No, I think that works. Put that in. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's use a little bit of granite. Make it look just a little bit nicer. There we go, something like that. Go in there. Back for you. Well, actually, I should throw some sticks in here. Why not? Okay, it's me. Although I don't really want to take this with me. Oh, okay. Moment of truth. Perfect them all. Anything I can use for... Is it the best? No. Now for the annoying part. I've got all of this. Okay. I should probably rescue some coal to put into the other one. I'm going to pull a little bit of you out. Furnace, I don't know if I really need... Well, I've got two up there, though, so why not? Put a second furnace in here. Oh. I'll actually put the furnace up. Go. Look nice. We've got some potion of regen. Handy for taking on wardens. Really need any echo shards. But what I could do is actually hand off a bunch to, folks back at spawn, I suppose. Crafting bench, don't really need, quite frankly. Do we have a spare one down here? Say what? Run a bunch of wood. A little bit better. I think we're ready to go back up, but one thing I kind of would like to do, fence this off. Although, actually, hang on a sec. Thinking, oh, hey, how am I going to do this with diamond pickaxe? But there's actually a better way approach to that. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to double check that all of this is spawn proof. You know, we are far away enough from the ancient city that mobs could potentially spawn, so... Excellent. Down there. Huh. Ooh, no. This is bad. Why is it bad? It's a 3 high area. A warden could potentially spawn in there. Although, I mean, there's also tons of warden spawning possibilities. Oh. Alright, you know what? Good enough. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Block this in, so... Light it. But, I mean, the fact that it's wood there should make it pretty obvious. Okay, there's something up there. If people do need an emergency exit... Oh, that's a way to go. And I mean, actually, I could see them wanting to retreat up there anyway, so maybe not be too hasty. After all, the Warden can hit you within about 20 blocks or so with its Sonic Blast. But maybe better going up here, blocking in this area. Hopefully keeps you about 20 blocks away. I think so. Alright, I think that works. Get all those numbers. Okay. Ugly. But I don't have any need for gravel at the moment, so. Right. And I did it correctly, so. Go up and collect. Wonderful. All works as intended. Oh, hey, and I've got one extra kelp. How did that happen? Weird. Alright. With that, no, I'm going to keep the iron sword there. I'm going to double... no, I've got a crafting bench here. We're fine. Bring you back. You back. There. Yeah, I don't think we need this wood sitting around, although probably take a nap. You never know if there are baddies about. Okay, Grey Will, I'm gonna leave. Deep Slate, I'm gonna leave. Cobble Deep Slate, I'm gonna leave. Cobblestone Diorite, sure. You're good, you're coming with me. You're good, you're coming with me. Yeah, went around, did a little bit of enchanting to try and get an improved diamond pickaxe. This is pretty improved, you know? I'm really quite happy with it. We're going to use this one until it goes away, sadly. You go there. 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 Oh, you go there. Over here. Shield. Oh, shears I think I'll keep. Well, they're almost dead. I can say this can come. This can stay. No, you can come. Yeah, I definitely want you. Steel, definitely. Lever, we don't need. Water bucket would be great. There. You're coming with me. Sword, there are two. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put those up. Ah, I hate this about Astrolax. The whole aiming crosshair thing. I consider that to be kind of a cheat. Tell you what. Spirit pack settings. Where is it? Visual. Green effects. Particles. No, that's good. I can never remember where exactly it is. X. Practical off. Thank you. Should have hit apply. Gone anyway. Alright, bring it back to you, shader. And with this, we can call the ancient city done. Move on to the creeper farm then. Look at that. Well, actually, since I'm heading back to spawn, I might as well set up the cobble thing as well, too. Oh, actually, that's a really good point. Set up a torch there to sort of give you an idea which way to head back. Oh, I've got a good basic design in mind for this, so... Really just a matter of sort of building everything, essentially. Getting everything I need. Unfortunately, I'm going to need a little bit of ice. Have any nearby? But there is, of course, that ice biome that I've got the slime farm in, so... that I think would be an ideal one for that. I can mine whatever I need. Ice. Oh, hey. Yeah, it turns out actually, when I set up the... Wait a minute. Oh, shoot, that means I'm going the wrong way. My bad. Should have noticed that I was positive right there. Let's be right there, just to indicate this is the correct way back. So yeah, actually when I set up the portal at the desert, you saw that it was right inside a city. Well, there's no protection against villagers coming or going, so... oops. Since I don't think people are going to be, using the villagers for much, not a huge deal. Alright, now I got to correct the torch on there, because it's sitting on the wrong side. Perfect. You are there. Oh. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, no! Well, I mean, at least I set my spawn here, so... Eyes down, please. That was a very easy death to recover from. And now let's re-put everything back. Booties too, thank you. Board down here. Travel pick over there. Some sword over there. Pick over there. On the hotbar. WD there. Wood can go over there. There. Shovel can go above here. Go here too. Go in the hotbar. Oh yeah, and of course food should be on the hotbar. Food in that, water, buckets. Go in the hotbar. I can have you on the hotbar. Actually, maybe I should fill you up before I go. Pop you right there. Good, put boat on there. This is one thing I could have tried, just putting it in a boat. Alas, did not think that. Oh, how embarrassing. He'll be slain by an Enderman. Oh, there we go. Definitely placed them a little bit too far apart. Something like that. Plenty of torches in my inventory. That's about right. Diagonal here. Unfortunately, if we put some ice roads up here, diagonals are not going to be all that handy. So, Alright, nearly home. Alright, well I've got a Silk Touch pick now, so I can actually take it in the chest with me. A little close. Perfect. Swoosh. Yeah. Let me bring up schematics here. This again is good old triple farm. Check out the material list. I need a ton of stone, which, look at that. That's 20 stacks of stone plus a bit of extra to build that. That's a ton. No way I've got all that. Stone slabs, yeah, I need a fair bit too. 15 redstone repeaters, or redstone dust. Ton of scaffolding. Oh, actually, that's one thing I am low on. I'm definitely. Soul campfires. Ooh, I hope we've got enough soul sand sitting right here. Look into that one. Water bucket, yeah, I got it. Soul torch. Actually, we can skip those. Block of redstone. I might be able to substitute a lever in. Actually, it's not that bad. 13 repeaters and 1 comparator. Grab what I got here. Precious. But it's also taking up inventories. I tell you what. Pull you out. And now it was 13 repeaters and 1. 13 repeaters, 1 comparator. So that's 26 torches plus 3, 29. Sure. Yep. A lot of redstone dust, though. Yeah, I'm gonna need you. Yeah, I put a bunch over here. Thank goodness. That may not be. Alright. One of you, thank you. 8, yeah, no. Stone that I'm missing out on. Not bad, but... Well, having said that, when I'm building my thing, I am gonna need at least that much kelp. So let's keep that in inventory. Oh, alright. Wood. Oh, there's a bunch of extra stone there. Perfect. Grab all the repeaters that I need. Good, good, good. So, I also need a shed ton of hoppers, although they're not actually included within the list. Also, what do we have for soul sand? Gonna need at least 9 of you. Yep. Double check. You can get rid of soul campfires now. It's 9 in total. Torch fence gate, can build that on site. Water bucket. That's 4. I've only got 2. I can build that on site. Block of redstone. I don't. Redstone dust I've got spare. In fact, I've got enough to actually build a block of redstone. That's cool. I don't know why there's a grass block in there. I do need a trap door. That, I think. Scaffolding is nice, but I need a lot more than that. I am going to need some garbage blocks. Full sand I can put back. Goes here. See? Take a stack of that for some garbage. And I can stash some of this away in a box. You can see I've got a ton of wood in here. Carrying that much stone around is going to be terrible. Mining that much stone is going to be worse, given that I don't have a super efficient cobble farm. But I can use the wood that I've got planned for the ice farm to kickstart that. And then once we've sort of got a ton of gunpowder, repair the tree farm to sort of make up for the gunpowder that I lost there. And, you know, it sort of chain reacts down all that way. So, inheritor, heater, campfires, 2 bunches of kelp, 3 bunches of kelp, redstone, 2 blocks I'm really going to need. 2 crafting benches. Oh, that's right. I'm going to get rid of you. I'll put you in here. That's right. You go in there. What do I need for glass? Oh, that's right. I actually am going to need a little bit of glass up top. At least build a walkway. This I could convert into some slabs, or even use wood slabs if I must. You definitely want a little bit of glass for that walkway up top. Yeah, no, I guess it's just the 9 hoppers. And I could always come back and worry about that. Keep stealing from spawn and all that, which is not necessarily the funnest, so. Works. Nice, I can worry about later. Go back to the material list here. And blah, blah, blah. Pancakes, yes. Trapdoor. Got it. Got one there. Got one over there. Got a bunch over there. Fill this up with more wood. Doesn't feel like I got enough wood in there. I mean, the platforms themselves may not be too bad, but oh yeah, I think it requires 2 stacks of logs just to build 1 trapdoor. That's right, and I need lava. Get away with 1 lava bucket. Careful to have 2 though. Okay, so I'm gonna have to empty the water from this one. Okay. Emptying my birch. Hate doing this. Having said that, if I don't mind that I mix things, then I've actually got basically 2... That's 18 double stacks of... Okay, even more than 18 double stacks of oak logs. So I could make the entire thing out of oak if I so desired. Again, that's worst case scenario. This should be enough to get the entire thing done. Servers. That's what I'm forgetting. I'm gonna need at least 6 observers, I think. Also means a little bit of cobble. Got stone over there, but I don't think I've got any cobble, so I may have to raid remains of this. We'll I'll tell you what, actually, while I'm hanging around here, let's lay out cobble farm right here. I want it. Yeah, the plan here actually is with the cobble farm is to sort of make it an auto farm. So essentially, you just sort of leave it, and it automatically turns itself off, given enough time. I haven't completed the auto portion yet, but I have actually built a a dispenser-based cobble farm. So what I could do, maybe set it up there. Yeah, actually, yes, put it up a little bit high. This is, I think, far away enough. It's not going to damage anything. All right. Load schematics. Mini cobble farm. More dispenser. Oh, I don't want that. Render layers. Perfect. Alright, you... Placement. Is not direction based, so I can actually... Alright, so now I want you to rotate towards me, please. That worked or not. Yes, that did. Okay. Right. Up a little bit. Works, although I'm a little worried now about turns from there. There's technically a spot right over there, which we put it. Plus, I could also go over here and have it come this way. So I really sort of like having kind of like this for all you would need. Having said that, also having it at spawn seems like a good spot. Okay, tell you what. See if I can find a spot at spawn. What about that? There is some architecture here. I think that's just a copper block. Oh no, there's a bit of a mine there. Okay. Never mind. And someone started a little fort. That's sweet. This is the actual spawn proper. We don't have to be within there. We only have to be within approximately 100 blocks or so. Put the spot right here. Take over this area. I mean, it's a little bit of a walk, maybe. But I do want to keep it close over here. Could put it over here, but no, this is a mangrove. Not a big spot. Maybe. Probably the best spot. Not a big fan of there. This I think works and is fairly... That's closer though. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to bed. Not real life bed, but this bed. Fooey, fooey, fooey. Okay. Here. That sounds good. Move you right here. Rotation either. So configuration manager. Or I wanted schematic placements. You that Where are you going? Oh, wrong way, wrong way. Okay, let's rotate you 180. I like it being that high, though. I want to be able to potentially go up and hit the start button relatively. Then I can set up like a little bit of a water thing to move this around. My mouse. Not bad. Well, I still, if I'm gonna bias towards having some sort of user interface, I want it to be on this side. Tell you what, move it over here. Up a little to make room for works. Gonna have to do a bit of work clearing out this area, but tell you what, let's lock it. While I'm here, let's give you a quick preview of what it looks like. This is El Mango actually showed off this basic design a little while ago. Somebody in the comments, though, pointed out, hey, you can actually get, with 119, you're actually able to waterlog leaves. And that means actually you can get more cobble out of it. So I actually went about and redesigned it. And now you've got an entire row of cobble coming down here. Entire row of cobble coming down here. Entire row of cobble coming down here. And just a wee little bit right over here. Unfortunately, I can't... Yeah, I can't... There's a topmost block right here, which is supposed to... I think it's, yeah, right there. Where I'm directly pointing right there. That one has to be solid. Because it's supposed to contain some redstone. It has to be obsidian too, because there's a chance that TNT could go off right on top of it. That has to be there. Plus, we can't extend the lava all the way down and prevent that thing from going. I mean, I guess maybe I could put a sign right there and extend it down one more. Maybe I'll consider that. But it also means, putting a little bit of ice down underneath there to extend things. More ice. But yeah, okay, maybe I could do that. In which case I get a little bit more cobble of it. But as it stands, this thing is currently about 87. It gives you about 87% more cobble per throw. So that's a nice improvement right there. And of course, I had to swap out the initial slime thing on top there with a dispenser. Turns out in this case it was ridiculously easy. All I really had to do was swap out this because it doesn't need to, it needed to be a block there before because that wouldn't actually stick to any sort of slime. Now we don't particularly care, so it's just an ordinary block. Add some redstone across the top and put a dispenser right there. And that works perfectly well. I ran it for a couple of seconds on a test world, and everything worked a-okay. So good here, and that was really the only major change. So those changes out of the way, that should be cool. Now, obviously, I gotta go around and clean a bunch of this stuff. And I do want to replace this on-off switch with something. Don't worry for later. Right. Where was I going? Redstone observers, right? What do I have for cobble? Okay. Remember if it's cobble or stone that it requires. Oh no. Now, how many layers I'm gonna do? Oh, it requires 2. Or to finish off the design at the bottom. I don't necessarily have to get it all in one go, so that's a good start. And then I have to go searching for redstone elsewhere. You go in there. You here. Someone's gone from there, sadly. I want you for spare. I want here. Ender pearls in case of emergency. Water buckets. Fast for the top. Out. Right, lava bucket. There is one easy way to get rid of that water bucket, or get rid of the water in that bucket. Alright, let's turn the shaders back on. And head into the nether. Ooh, didn't I say 2 lava buckets? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Changing this around. Alright. Back, please. Sit there. Not really enough for TNT. So. Okay. And I got room in there for lava buckets? Yes, I do. Let's go up top. That. Let us grab some lava. Oh yeah, that's right. And I was also supposed to make some more those scaffoldings. Why do I need that? You'll see. Could get away with one lava bucket, couldn't I? Good. But I would need 2 water buckets. Okay. Okay. Tell you what. I've got a different plan in mind. You like that. Lava bucket could go up there, and then I need a spare water bucket. I actually had a nice design in mind for how you can sort of build 2 tunnels down. I gotta admit, it's tempting, you know? Why are my frames dropping so much? I've noticed this too with my client as well, as the frame rate drops significantly in here. Get that hot bar. Perfect, I got you back. Do I go with the double lava, or... I don't think so, no. I think single lava is good enough. I'll show you a little bit more of what I was talking about later on. Don't need you, don't need you. You can there. Here's. No, I do not. Health. Iron can all sit over there, although I should also go over to Grobler's and grab a bit more. You know, I'm chewing through iron like crazy, so. Oh, right. That's what I was going to do. Me. I'm going to need... Oh, let's have a little bit more. Why not? You never know if something's going to come up. Oh, yes. Pitch you in here. You right next to here. Don't need to carry you around anymore. 6 should go back over here. Over here. Flint and steel. Not really necessary, so let's stash you here. Blocks. Oh, those are going to come in handy for the mob farm later. Although, you jerk. Alright, my goodness. Although, if I am going to set up no, I don't need a filter for the cobble farm, but I do need one for the other spot. Oh no, that. Oh, sec. Do we have any blaze powder here? Nope, we have some blaze rods, and we have enough to actually build. So, news. Tell you what, this would be a very handy thing to prevent it, to save us a little bit of backtracking. Ender. Right to an ender chest. And now that I've actually got a silk toucher in there, I mean, it's. Why not? Brewing stand kicking out. Oh, yeah, good. Perfect. There we go. It's a nice use for it that doesn't take up any room over there. Pocket. No. I don't. I have changed my mind. I'm very, confident in what I got set up there. So, so move you over there. But lever, sure, why not? I'm probably gonna need. Actually, yeah, that's gonna be my substitute for the redstone block. Okay, enough futzing. Let's get to actual work here. I'll show you some of my thought process here. Alright, this way. Oh no, your end portal. This way. Oh, shoot. Right. Density actually is done. Okay, so. Done somewhere. Oh, you're. Wait a minute. Solid block. Should not be a solid block at all. You should be some sort of slab. Not good. Not good at all. Shoot. Alright. Let's go back through. Grab some stone and fix that. Last thing I want is something spawning on top of that thing. Whee! Need at least 4. Can I maybe put a crafting bench on there? Ah, perfect. I'll grab you. That's embarrassing. I'm usually very good about spawn-proofing everything, but I must have just completely blanked. I was setting up that one. That idiot. Well, whatever. There's chests over at the other spawn. I'll just stash any extras I've got over there. You. I'm embarrassed. Matt, hate crafting. Alright, we'll tell you what. But like, it pains me to have 2 crafting benches sitting right there. Seriously. Like, seriously. Why? You. Come on, buddy. You can sit right here. You now are a crafting bench. Perfect. And these guys can just search it. Whatever. Alright. Let's go. Bar? Sure. Oh, that works. Something like that. Oh, actually, no, I definitely want that shield. Okay. Mosey on down. Here we come up on Ancient City. Did not even realize I had spawn-proofed it so well. I know. Slash the access in the house. Getting close to... There we go. Howdy, Mr. Villager. A good sign that we've actually hit the right spot. Alright, and welcome to this area right over here. You can see there's a nice little village right through here. There's a nice tower, which, I was talking about using potentially as a top to that. But no, the thing is, it's nice to actually sort of have it come down over this way. Otherwise you sort of get shade covering the entire town itself. I think kind of looks awkward and ugly. This way I think works a lot better though. And you can see there's a nice high point right over there. So, let's turn off shaders here, please. Down. There it goes. Oh yeah, and I've got some emergency doors there in case I'm going underwater. Stash this over here. Lever I'm gonna need. Fence post I don't think I will. I am gonna have to need dust though. And I... Okay, but no. This is no part of the plan, all part of the plan. One with me. Nope, I think I'm good. Alright. So, the shaders off. Come along through here. Load up the pan, and you can see we got, actually this is, I think, yeah, because of my texture pack, it turns Badlands into just sort of like solid blocks. If I hit F3, yeah, terracotta. That's unfortunately one of the few things I don't like about Patrick, because it does have this sort of weird Alright. Let's get out Light Matica. Alright. Perform pan. Good schematic, thank you. You are completely wrong. You really should sort of be centered with this area. Plus, there's a bit of a problem that there's really not enough room to sort of have things enabled, so I'm going to need one layer for hoppers right there. And I want a little bit of extra room underneath it so I can put... Basically, the idea is there's a series of hoppers here. That one hopper points down into a dropper or dispenser, and that thing sort of shoots out through the entire thing. And from... Well, having said that, there's actually a nice plan where I could sort of load it in with even faster hopper speed. Thank you. Not really caring about that. Having said that, I could also like set up the hoppers and reset them to potentially do it. So okay. At this level, we've got a bunch of hoppers. They're pointing into another hopper, which points into a dropper. These guys hang out. Put some thing in there. So there's a bunch of hoppers right in here. They all coalesce into a dropper. And that dropper then is going to feed into... Go this way. So, okay. These go into here. These all point out towards another hopper, which goes down into a dispenser. Watch this out a little bit better. All these guys underneath here pull up, but I can put a dispenser right here, and droppers all basically sort of feed into here. And then I need a little area to sort of go out here. So in fact, this dispenser goes into here. There's a water channel which goes down. Night is coming, so go and have a quick little nap. There's a bed in here. Rude. Close the door on me. Right. No mobs are spawning. The problem why I'm trying to offset this a little bit is I'm worried about the dispenser proper. Essentially, all these sort of point in, and then this thing triggers, and it's going to trigger back and forth. But it will actually power the blocks nearby, so it may actually lock one of the hoppers there. And if it's too close, you know, if this is the dropper right here, or yeah, dropper, and this is sort of part of the hoppers that are right here, then I think every time this thing activates, it'll actually also activate at least the one above it. I don't think it's necessarily going to do diagonals, but it might. See, whereas I have all these feed forward, they feed into sensor right here. So all of these sort of feed forward, point into here, and then this goes down. Then at worst, I've got these two that are being activated. A bit better. There's also a third option too. I could actually just go up one more level. And then the idea is all these come down. Got one dropper which goes in here. Everything basically. All these coalesce into one dropper, which then goes down into here. Although the only disadvantage of this is it's tougher to actually get multiple droppers sort of pointing in at this point. How much do I want multiple droppers coming in? No, I think it's good enough without. Okay, so these ones all sort of point in, droppers right here. Just, you know, this then becomes part of the channel way. Yeah, I could. The thing is, though, I'd have to sort of. Well, there's so little I have to dig out right there. Tell you what, no. You're coming down one. You guys are all coming into here and feeding down into there. You know what? Yeah. Happy with that. Locker in place. Although, I could also just move this forward a little bit, too. Here. That saves me a little bit of effort. Actually, it's sort of right over here. Feed into dropper, dropper into dispenser, and I've got a little bit of room below for water channels. Okay, good. I like that. Okay. So with that, schematic placements, triple farm plan, lock you. Now I'm going to go to configuration menu. Perfect. There we go. Which point we begin. Okay. But you can also see, hey, you know, if this is the basic plan, what we're going to do, we need some way to sort of get up there in AFK, right? Thus main way is taken. Side channel is there, so we need some way to get up, and we want it to be relatively fast. This implies some sort of bubble elevator. You've seen what I've sort of designed for the ancient city, where you've got sort of a nice bubble elevator and all that leading you down. So we want something very similar to that here. But of course, we want enough space such that we can go up and actually create a proper sphere there. So this is where we get to be a little bit creative. And actually, I mean, this cool as it is actually sort of borrowed from ENXO. So now I need this space for the water line. I need this for some stuff. So, and I need to write down these chords too. Is this going to be my... This, I think, works. Yeah. This way. All right, so this is going to be the main drop chute coming down. Then 9, 3, 4, 6. Perfect. We all. I can't. Nobody's spawning. And you can tell by their what's sitting right here that this is actually rock, so not a huge deal. One, 7, 3. Right. Pop out this. And with me. I can always go back and get that later. Oh, shoot. Got a bunch of obsidian on me. But you guys aren't fleeing, so probably the equivalent of rainstorm, but no rain's coming down, so what do I care? Okay, so double. Excellent. Okay. Howdy, sir. Don't mind me. Back up a little bit. On. Alright, well, your despawn spear is 128. Need to fire this up at least 128. Now, of course, it's 128 from here, but we also don't want anything spawning necessarily in here. Put down. See, this can't necessarily despawn up here. So our despawn sphere has to sort of come down to around this area right here. Means that we need 3 extra ones. Good work. Alright. Air blocks, thank you. Oh. These guys have gone, so just probably night. I know, I'm preventing the server from restarting. It'll be fine. I've only got like about half an hour or so. Yeah. Oh, they're in the gossiping phase. You know what? Screw you guys. I'm gonna be high now, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go. Really wish I had an elytra. Can't put anything in there. Alright. And do but go up. And since I've slept relatively recently, I don't have to worry about phantoms, so that's good. Right. We're at the top. Always tricky. In line with this. Our main drop chute right here, which is good. Of course, we also need to get over this area right here. Put you right there, just pawns. I love this from this height too. Move you up a little bit just so I can see a bit better. I really should have written down the center of coordinates right there. I've got more than enough blocks to sort of get roughly around in there. That's good enough. Enough illumination to prevent any nasties. Down. Or this one. Oh, this works. Okay. So this is the dead center. So let's bring up my configuration here. Shapes. I want a despawn sphere and add it. Okay, and now we pull out Cheaty Cam. Alright, this sphere sort of signifies everything within here is a spot where mobs can spawn. Everything outside is where they cannot. Now if I go down, you can see they just barely come up here. So in fact, this top area, they can actually spawn in. It's a bit troublesome. You just actually need to go up one more level. Yeah, they need to be right here. I go up one higher. Then all that goes away. Okay. That was close. Alright, well I did sleep over in the house over there, so I should be good. Even if not, nobody else is in this area. It's going to despawn. It's going to, you know, the chunks are going to unload. I don't have to worry about anything there. So, that's right. You that I want. Remove. Spawn sphere. Okay. Check this again. Should be one block off the plateau. Yeah. Okay. And I mean, below there, redstone is going to work perfectly fine. So. Clean up some of this. Well, that was some very vital information. Although, I mean, the difference isn't that big a deal. All that really happens if I get it wrong is, oh shoot, I've got to level things out a little bit more. So, fatal thing by any means. And you're still too forward. It's this one right here. It's the center of our drop chute. All right. Now for the fun. Throw a little bit of lava down there. And now, as you can see, the lava is going all the way down here. But it's avoiding the central column right here. So if we go along and place some water over the top of it, all of these sides get filled in with cobble except for the center hollow. So basically what we create is a nice hollow tube, which we can then throw a whole ton of soul sand and stuff through and make a lovely little bubble elevator. Fortunately, to get this to work properly, the problem is the water needs someplace to flow down. In fact, oopsie. At this point, it's basically just a waiting game. And now you recall, we've got a bunch of lava right here. I don't really want this spilling all over the place, right? It'd be great if there's some way we could actually control it. Right? Whoop. Come up. Look at that. We're basically right in the center right here. But, remember this little plus I sort of made on the ground? That should contain the lava, leaving like a little central area right there. But once it comes down, it's going to sit in there. It's not going to spread over, potentially sort of go over to the village or anything like that, or even sort of threaten the scaffold necessarily. So sadly, the waiting game. I can't switch to another world to sort of work on a... I can't switch to another world to work on other things, so we're just kind of sitting here waiting. Yeah, the basic idea is come down here. We've got the dropper right over here, fitting things out into a water channel. Water channel flows down over here. Probably takes a couple of spills too, but I mean that's super easy with water. We just sort of have it to go down. Then it comes down around over here, and we set up a bunch of double chests right over here, which sort of stack up that direction. And now, hey, you want to pick up your stuff? You literally just sort of hop out the portal, and you've got a ton of double chests sitting at your disposal. You now use to sort of come along and grab anything you need. All right, we're almost done over here. Ultimate restart does not actually sort of restart you if a player is on the server itself. So I'm not in any danger of being kicked off right now. Even if I was, I'm in a safe spot. It's fine. It's fine. All right, now let's make sure everything worked as I expected. Nothing spilling over the sides. You can see we've actually got like a little bit of congealed lava in the center of the tube. But we're all good to go. Actually, I should show you what happened. You can see this water is racing down. Now, there's a reason why we basically wait until it gets to the very bottom. That's just simply because it takes so freaking long to actually create this section. You can see, I could have done a little bit earlier, sure. But given how much faster it is, it's far safer to just sort of sit and wait. And, let nature take its course, more or less. And things go down. I don't really care necessarily. Maybe some of the stuff that The extra stuff that I had up there sort of drops away. Okay. All right. Point. That in. Now we got a waterway up. Now, of course, the next problem is, well, how exactly do you get down from here? Well, one way that would be cool would be, say, going right off the side right here. Whoop, whoop, oops, whoop. Pop that out. Now, we got ourselves a little drop shaft. All I gotta do is set up a waterlogged chest down at the bottom, and bada bing, bada boom. Everything's good. I've unfortunately forgot to set up my infinite water source, but we got water sources right there, so who cares? Getting down is going to be a little annoying. But, pop this torch right here. Now, if I check the light levels, you can see everything's looking fine. Now, should I pull out the glass panes, build outwards, just to sort of set up the AFK platform? I haven't really decided on it yet permanently, so it might be nicer to just be like, yeah, whatever. Now, and leave it where it is, because that way then I could come back and repair things if it's not quite in the spot where I want. So going down there is a death trap, because I need ways to breach. I guess I could throw torches in there, because all I really care about is to go to the very bottom. But I mean, I've got this nice thing right here, so. Whee! You're all good. And now we've got a fairly nice, an obvious drop chute. Put this. Gently come on down. If you go too fast, you actually take a little bit of damage, so sadly I gotta do this a little bit slower. Good, looking good. All right. Oh, all of these, please. 464, 10. Good, good, good. All right. Set down a crafting table right there. I'm gonna get 2 sets of birch planks. Thank you. And then I'm gonna build a chest. You right there. You over. I'm gonna waterlog you. Now, boom. Fall right down here. Everything's gonna be golden. Now, obviously, we still need some way up. Unfortunately, I don't have any cobble with me. But I take these 2 right here. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I can patch this up a little bit of sand, I guess. That's alright, and now I'm gonna need a bunch of sticks there, so what, 2 birch sign. Right here. Entrance to let's officially call it the Cripple Farm. Triple Farm, why not? I don't really care about you. And then I need to put my block in there and build up. You know what? Time is short. Let's do this. Let's build that elevator another section. In the meantime, we got a lot to build over here. And now that I've got ender chest with me, let's lay this down someplace convenient. Even build this into the wall, actually. Yeah, although it needs a top, unfortunately, to build. So, like that. I think that works. It's a little awkward in that you can't go straight in. You can have to go around the corner. Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't like that. Switch out my silk touch. Suppose. Oh, actually. There. Well, there, that's nicer. Okay, now that's going to block all these things in, but you still get access to an ender chest if you need it. I mean, a conventional chest. All right, with that out of the way, yeah, cobble with me. Water buckets are sadly low. Need water for anything right now. I'm gonna need to grow a little bit of. Actually, I'm gonna need this a little bit. All right. Down and oh, I know. And I can pop one on top there. Everything else should flow smoothly. Darn you. Okay. Perfect. Get a bunch of slab. Crafting benches back. Dang it. Here you can stay there permanently because you're kind of. You're coming with me. I really need one on my person, so. Oh yes, and actually, while I'm here, creation menu, render layers, render all. Good, okay. I've got here, you sit in here. Set these up so I can actually do something a little bit more with it. Labs. I'm gonna need a bunch anyway, so I tell you what. Let's switch. Edit schematic. There we go. Got that. Bam. Now everything is set up properly. Also means then that if I come along, take off the static. There's a shortcut for this. No? There we go. Phew. Alright. You can see now I need 20 stacks of 64 to finish building this. Now that's actually an overestimate. I kind of overspecified everything I needed within here, so all this. Oh, ooh, where are you? Oh, that's right. You're a local cop. That's okay. I'll get to you shortly. It's alright. With that, let's get a building. Unsetting. Useless. Temporarily pop you up. Configuration menu, render layers, single layer, thank you. Okay, now this. Moon's coming up. There's another nice advantage to doing this in a desert as well, is there's slightly fewer mobs that can actually spawn within the desert itself. So that's slightly... That slightly increases the chance of a creeper sort of spawning. There you are. Well, I've got a couple of diamonds with me. There's my emeralds with me. Blue ice, but I don't have nearly enough for that. Propagules, we've got tons of those sitting around. Orchid, maybe, but we're also near a swamp, so I can get those. Get an infinite amount of those, infinite amount of those. Almost infinite amount of those. Yeah, if I go to Grobler and get his stuff, so... Decent, but I don't really need it. Go to Grobler, get red poppies. Wax some skellies down in the skelly spawner, and then bada bing bada boom, I've got enough pink dye for everything I need. Okay. Axe? No, let's get out this axe. I want it to go. Alright. I'm gonna need a ton of stacks anyway. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. I'll be down to pick up those two later. Yep. Come on, Dan. Go down one more level and fill these in. Bunch more slabs. Switch back to you to spare the beautiful, beautiful little silk touch there. Either. Yeah, right. You should be air, but you're not because you're... Please. Now, see, this one's a little bit trickier. Only because you can see I've got a bunch of water that has to come in. Some of this definitely does need to be filled in, but the stuff which actually goes out beyond there does not. Tell you what. Guys all need to be filled in. And I can kind of go around over here and fill these in too. You need filling in. You need filling in. Filling in. But I'm going to need a bunch more of this. And there. Also, oh yeah, you can see I also need 8 fence gates. 8 fence gates. Okay. Whoop. Actually, good. I really just put away the fence gate. A sigh. Okay, let's do this way. Oopsie. This is why rather than create a tripping hazard, why not? Kind of seems useful, doesn't it? Yep. You need a little bit of filling too. One more in there just so I can construct it up. Oops. All right. Perfect. That's got all that. Those are all the planks I got left, so time to spam. Locked. Okay. You get out of here. Alright. Filling in time. Fulfill. Excellent. None of the water comes in here because This actually is all just flowing down from the next layer up. So, I need to do fill you in like that. That up. So, au revoir. Alright, and now I've got my other layer to fill in right here. Fill it in. You can see how this is actually going to save a ton of materials. I think maybe half or so, if I had to estimate. The only problem with doing it this way is it creates a series of air gaps over there, and those are high enough actually that mobs could spawn in. Pull out cheat cam here. Looking good. As annoyingly slow as this part is, I'm only sort of doing it for this section right here. Once this goes in, I'm actually going to fill things in and start to do a little bit more speed movement. I really should look into getting Swift Sneak on some leggings, but it's kind of precious, to be honest. And we do have a fairly large server, too, so... Oh, hey, look! We're all here. Alright. This out of the way. Let's get filling this in. Airline, good. Well, there we go. These ones all need filling in. I can sort of fill in a nice little skeletal right here. Birch supplies. A husk. Yeah, it's nighttime. Oops. Carp's a puddle. Ooh, yeah, and this is big enough that some things could actually potentially spawn on it, so... Not the best. I'm gonna have to keep an ear out. And think fast, because... be careful where I run. A lot of this is just sort of filled in. I'm gonna keep him around just because he helps Bobcat. Put down. So let me at least finish this ring here. Ooh. Wants me. At least I'm low enough that if I did actually fall down, I'm going to take a bit of a beating, but I'm not going to get hurt. Alright. So completes this section right here. Good spot to stop right now. Alright. Did a pretty good progress, I think, so far. It certainly got started on the triple farm that I created a while ago on Sitosis. Finished off that ancient city at long freaking last and made it usable. So I'm probably going to head back to spawn, grab a sign, actually officially sort of open it to other players. And with that, yeah, maybe if I get bored, I'll actually play around and see if I can do some end city raiding on a stream, since that's fun. Other than that, yeah, I think we're pretty much good for today. So I shall be seeing you later.